"This guy is a bit strange. Every time he opens his mouth to speak, leaves start falling out." He asks his friends if they've noticed, and they can't stop laughing. But the root of all this madness started with an accident yesterday. That night, his wife had just come home, and Jack was planning to chat with her when suddenly, his yard started shaking. And then, out of nowhere, a tree just grew up. Leaves sprouted all over it. Jack stared in disbelief, unsure how to react. Without thinking, he reached out to touch the tree trunk. The moment his hand made contact, something strange happened. He felt an instant connection to the tree. The next day, Jack went to see an expert. After studying the situation, the expert told Jack, "Every time you say a word, a leaf will fall from the tree. If the tree loses all its leaves, your life will end." Jack didn't believe him at first. To test it, he started singing a song. As his voice filled the air, leaves began falling from the tree, one by one. That's when Jack freaked out. Now he was certain the expert wasn't lying. But Jack wasn't about to let this tree control his life. He decided to chop it down. But as soon as he swung his axe, it flung him back. When he looked down at his clothes, he noticed strange scars on his body, scars that looked like tree bark. It was then that Jack realized it wasn't just a tree. He was bonded to it. Forever. Unable to speak, Jack could only write down his thoughts. And with every word he wrote, another leaf fell off. He was absolutely shocked. As someone who was used to talking all the time, suddenly being mute was unbearable. One day, Jack went to a coffee shop. But when he tried to point out what he wanted, his gestures confused the barista. Eventually, the server handed him a 6-item combo. Jack didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Carrying his coffee across the street, he bumped into a blind man. The blind man asked, "Is it safe to cross now?" Jack, unable to speak, could only nod at the red light. But the blind man misunderstood and walked right into the middle of the road. Panicking, Jack rushed to stop him, but not only did he spill his coffee, he caused a traffic accident. By the time they safely made it across, Jack had lost the coffee, and the situation was even worse than before. Now, Jack can only communicate through his eyes. It works just fine for daily life, but what about work? How can he communicate with his colleagues? So, the big question is, how can Jack break this curse?